You had a great Sunday dinner with your family or your loved ones, or some of you are in a different time zone than I am, so it probably it's 79. So you still having dinner or dessert or wherever you are in the United States. But for me, it is 9:13. So can I get y'all to please tap the screen? And we're going to go into a couple different segments, and I just need y'all to tap. My true supporters I'm asking you to tap. We know that we've got Joe supporters and haters in here, and we know that. And it's a little bit creepy when you block people's accounts and then they come back under a different page with the same picture. It's creepy. Because you're giving off obsession vibes because you've been blocked and clearly you want to be on this page. And it's just sad. So I want to say thank you for the people who are tapping. Welcome in all 110 of you, whether you support me or you do not. We will be opening up the box later on for conversations and questions, or just questions and answers, or debates. Let's see what else. We may have a special guest that comes up. We may or may not. So let's start it off. Continue to tap the screen. I'll do what I need to do. And y'all can tap the screen and I'll give you the tea. If you ain't tapping, I'm out of here. I'm not asking you for gifts. I'm asking you to simply tap the screen and we'll have a conversation. But I definitely feel like, getting in the camera, pushes out more, but in due time, you will see in due time. Hello, Miss Mia. How are you? How are you, Miss Mia? You beautiful black woman, you black queen. How are you? So let's start with segment one. And then we can go on from there. Let me be very clear to you guys. Joe Robinson, also known as Netta, Nosy Bystander LLC, and Omar Leonard have all been put on notice of their defamation, slander, intentional infliction of emotional distress case. Just stay tuned. Me going back and forth with these people about you suing, you're not, you suing, you're not. No, it's not even a point. All you have to do is sit back and wait. And once I have it filed, I will come live and I'll be the first person to come on and notify my viewing audience. It will happen this week. I will have an official court stamp on the documents, signed, sealed, and delivered this week. No later than Friday at 5 o'clock, closing time for the court. Will you be with cameras on? Yes, I will be with cameras on. I always have my camera on. If I don't, I just don't want to be in the camera, but I'm in my camera. There's plenty of times I'm in my camera. I don't know why people seem to think that that's an issue for me. That's not an issue for me. So I want to say that. So this is the last time I'm going to address this. Thank you for the gifts. So let me say this. So I'm not going back and forth with, oh, she can't afford it, she can't this, she can't that. Let me say this. The courts are designed to protect all people, whether you're rich, poor, or indifferent. You cannot be denied access to the courts because you ain't got no money to pay. I heard somebody say, I can't afford a $28,000 lawyer or whatever, but you clearly don't understand. I actually know how to maneuver in a courtroom, but you don't. See, you couldn't represent yourself. I can. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to discuss these people. I'm not going to discuss the facts of the case any further than to say, stay tuned Friday by 5 p.m. I will have everything filed and in my backdrop waiting to be spoken about so all can see. Now, with that being said, let's go on to, do y'all see how much sugar this dude is putting in this food? Can anybody tell me whatever happened to measuring cups? Why is he putting sugar in macaroni and cheese? Why is he putting sugar in macaroni and cheese? I want somebody to come up here and defend this. One of his supporters that's in here. And before we get into this, are you okay? Allergies? So my allergies are acting up today. You notice, you hear me sniffling, but yes, my allergies are acting up. And I want to know about the sugar. But before that, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask my viewing audience a question. Is doxing illegal? Do y'all agree with me that doxing is illegal, state and federal? Will y'all engage with me tonight? Is doxing somebody illegal in state and federal court? Yes. Well, let me say this. I know it's illegal. It's also illegal to threaten people. It's also a crime to threaten someone. Can we agree to that? To bring physical harm against one person, it's illegal, right? Can we agree on that? 100%? Okay. So let me ask y'all a question. What would you do if you was the person who threatened somebody? Okay, follow where I'm headed. What if you were the person who made your threats against a person and you doxed them and you get a knock at your door or a phone call from the FBI? What are y'all gonna do? What would you do if you got a call from the FBI saying they want to question you about some things? What would you do? I'm watching the comments. Y'all tap the screen. Y'all power tap for me. Tap the screen. Somebody said, shut everything down and pray. I'm speaking to a lawyer, Ron. Well, you know, there's some people who think that they smarter than the FBI, that they can create false evidence and false this and lies and things like that. And yes, that's a federal crime. Do y'all realize that? Do y'all realize this? That you got people who don't even realize the FBI do their homework before they come and talk to anybody. Do anybody in here doubt that? Does anybody in here doubt that the FBI does their research before they come and talk to anybody who they call a suspect or anything, and that they have somewhat of probable cause to believe a crime has occurred? And they don't play. And that's the gag. That's the gag that the FBI don't play. And it's they've got cyber crime units. They've got cyber crime units. They're not coming without a valid reason. They're not coming to your house to talk to you without a valid reason. Trust and believe they're not doing that. And I have made it a point to stay away from anything that I know that is criminally being investigated, because it doesn't matter. I'm going to let the FBI do what they do and the police do what they do, and I'm not touching it. They're going to do what they need to do. And people don't realize that you have all this stuff going on, and then you increase it, and then you put it on video with your threats and stuff and your doxing. It's just unbelievable to me. It defies all logic. Now, I appreciate y'all tapping, continue to tap, but I'm going to say this in closing about this subject and we'll move on. There are things you just don't play with. The IRS, the FBI. Those are things in the police. Those are things you don't play with because they got time. And if you think you smarter than them, you're going to find out. An FBI agent is trained on deception, on distraction, deflecting. They are trained in everything that you could imagine you think you could do on this app. When you get on here doing all this illegal stuff, causing stress on people and lying on them, lying is not a crime. But issuing out threats and doxing them is a whole nother ball game. And I'm going to leave it at that, because the ones who know. That's what I'm going to say. How did you feel when you got that phone call from the FBI? How did you feel with that conversation that y'all had? Now let's go on to this man, Joe Netta, and his despicable cooking habits. This man put sugar. I went to a soul food restaurant just because I thought I was on another planet. And I asked this woman who been cooking for 80, so she said she was cooking like since she was 14 or 15 years old, damn near her whole life cooking. And I asked her, do she know anybody or any reason why you would put sugar in baked macaroni and cheese. And she said, H-E hell no. That's what she said. No. And can anybody tell me how you justify putting sugar in baked macaroni and cheese? I want to know. Please come up in my box. I have 6 open boxes and we'll break it down into segments. I want to know, how is it that anybody could put sugar and then raw plain flour already cooked on the noodles? This man didn't even have the sense to know how to make a roux. You know you can make baked macaroni and cheese differently, but you definitely aren't doing it the way he did it. If you put your butter in a pan, you can make a roux with flour, but it's being cooked on the stove first. You're cooking the flour taste out of it and everything else. Then you're adding your cheese to it. Not what this man did. This is insane. Wait, what happened? Let me explain to y'all. Y'all tap the screen. Let me explain to y'all what happened again. This man proceeded to put all his ingredients, and I picked up on the video when he was putting the cream cheese in the bowl for the macaroni and cheese. Then he seasoned it, and then he put sugar on it on top of that. I literally was gagging, because there's no way that anybody can come up here and tell me that it's okay to put sugar in baked macaroni and cheese. And then after he did that, he then proceeded to stir it up and act like he cooking, like he knows what he doing. And we all know that Joe is a walking science project. You know, he is a walking science project. The way this man cooks in the kitchen is just the way your toddler or your kid would go in the kitchen if you ask your kid to go in there and cook some dinner. I guarantee you, your kids, if you wasn't worried about them burning themselves in the kitchen or on the stove, I guarantee you that them kids would come out with a way better dinner than this grown man would. Sitting there with his wrist bent after he had it scratching up between his funky legs and got it hanging down like he's so feminine on here, looking at this sugar pouring out like a waterfall. And these people gaslight this man and make him think that he can cook. This man actually really thinks he can cook. And then you sat there and you went through a very painful procedure. I've never had a chemical peel, y'all, because my face is unmatched. I ain't never had to. And those who've had them, I'm not making fun of you before they put that narrative out. I'm just simply saying, as far as Joe Netta is concerned, I don't know. I can't relate to a chemical peel, but this is what I can relate to. You took your Jolly the Green Giant ass up in that woman's business and had a chemical peel put on your face, and you look the same just like you went when you got played in at Gold's Plastic Surgery for your triple BBL, and they pulled out nothing but horse manure out of you, and you come out there looking the same as you went in. This is the foolery that this man puts on this internet. I'm telling y'all the truth. Who do you know who goes into a hospital for a triple BBL and you come out looking the same way you went when you came in? This man got on here talking about he having a skin peel, and then wore that Dollar Tree or whatever mask he had on his face for a few days, talking about his face, his skin, and peeling and everything. And he took that mask off and looked uglier than he did when he had the motherfucker on. Why is it that I have to be the one to tell this man this? Who do he think he fooling? You know, I can't help it that you look like Charleston Chew. I can't help it that you look like peanut brittle. It's not my fault. I didn't have your ugly ass. But you get on here with your mouth aiming at me and my husband, and you think it's okay. You always got your mouth fixed at my husband. Y'all tap the screen, because tonight is the night. I need y'all to tap the screen. It protects the live. Tap the screen. Thank y'all. I love you too, Big Fine. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you for the love. And so, Black Women Unite 3030. So here's the thing. That when you go in the kitchen, any good soul food mama will tell you a dog is not allowed in the kitchen when you preparing food. A dog is not allowed in the kitchen when you preparing food. But this is the only man that I know who will take a perfectly package from Publix of chicken gizzards and destroy them in less than an hour on the top of that stove, boiling them to hell with a can of Coca-Cola. This man thinks of things that scientists at NASA and Dr. Fauci cannot think about. He needs to be on the board of directors at NASA coming up with this buffoonery that he putting out here on this internet, calling himself a cook. The stuff that this man do defies logic. The stuff that he do defies all logic. Hello, Miss Blue from Chicago. Hello, Miss Blue. I love your YouTube channel, girl. I'm gonna watch some of your stuff you posted tonight. And so this is what y'all need to understand. This is what y'all need to understand. is that the first thing that he did wrong was go in this kitchen without washing his hands and letting Lily come in that kitchen, tip-tapping and clicking and packing that dog's nails down and through that trailer. Everywhere you hear him walk, hear Lily come. Lily can never be misplaced because you hear him walking because them toenails need to be clipped. He's never washing his hands. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. What you see this man do is he'll grab that nasty dish towel. He will grab that nasty dish towel and wipe his hands with that dish towel and right back in the water and right back to doing what he do. This is why Charles' stomach is made of Teflon. Charles must have been in that plant when he was working as a welder, before he got fired for employment fraud, before he got fired for providing fake doctor's notes, and then he got fired because of it. He must have been ingesting metal. He must have been in there eating that metal when it got melted down. He probably was drinking it, knowing him that he was drinking it. And that's why he can ingest this stuff that this diabolical man cooks on this internet. TikTok should put up in a caption, do not try this at home, not for human consumption. Flour and sugar, both two raw ingredients, do not go in already cooked noodles. But let me finish with these chicken gizzards. Y'all tap the screen. This man boiled chicken gizzards in a pot with Coca-Cola on high hell. We know that stove has a mind of its own, just like his eyes do. They never can agree on nothing. That's why you see him cooking on high hell. Now, besides that, once he cooked those gizzards for over an hour, he took them out and drained them. And he seasoned them. And then he put flour on them. And then he fried them to hell. He fried them to hell and took them out that deep fryer with that nasty ass grease and asked his viewing audience, he don't know why they look the way they look. I'm going to tell you why. Your ass don't know how to cook. That's why they look like that. You can't blame nobody but the hands of you. Them bear claws sitting there is the only thing you can blame why that gizzards came out the way they came out. Any damn time that you can set up and have Charles take his behind in that kitchen and mess a hard-boiled egg up with Tennessee Pride sausage, wrap it around that sausage, undercook that sausage with that hard-boiled egg around it, and call it a big back breakfast. This is insane to me. It's insane to me. It's completely insane. And I don't know why people are over there gaslighting this man like he's Chef Joe R.D. I don't know why this man is being gaslighted like he's the next Gordon Ramsay. I don't know why this man is being gaslighted like he's the next Martha Stewart. What they should have done is name this Hell Kitchen with Joe. Cooking at Hell's Kitchen with Joe. And I'm going to tell y'all something. And I said my allergies are acting up, but I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all seen this man setting up in that hot tub today. He was up in that hot tub today or yesterday. I don't remember what date that video. I just seen a video with him sitting in that hot tub in the dead heat in Alabama next to his son. His son got his full cold drink submerged halfway in that hot jacuzzi cup, wondering why he can't keep his ice melted. And then this thing get in there like he's so seductive, twitching and switching without them butt pads on. Farting and belching all the way in that water and sitting there acting, wondering why they sweating and they getting ready to pass out because they didn't read the warning labels. That warning labels tell you don't be in direct sunlight in that hot tub. Do not consume alcohol in that hot tub. But see, y'all don't read instructions. Now, let me take a pause for a second. Y'all tap the screen. Thank you. And let me welcome in the Queen of Queens, Mrs. Mia. How are you, sweetie? And welcome into the Miss Hillary Sanchez show.
Hey, I just came in. I was busting out laughing. But I just wanted to come and tell everybody hello. Please be good in the comments, because if you are not, I will give you a first class ticket out of here. And y'all know how y'all be back in my DM. Y'all know y'all be DMing me telling me that Miss Hillary blocked y'all and y'all be wanting to get back in, so just be on your best behavior.
Yes, and y'all just stay tuned. Because some big things is happening. Y'all stay tuned. I'm not going to give away anything. Y'all stay tuned. Just stay tuned. So, Miss Mia, let me ask you this. Do you put sugar and flour uncooked on your macaroni and cheese that's already cooked?
No. No. Can I mean, this is my thing. Are we really surprised? This man don't wash his face. And somebody sent me a video him putting green peppers and onions straight out the container in the food.
And didn't wash his hands. He didn't wash his hands.
You don't do that.
Well, you know they do that. Them silverbacks do it.
Not the silverback.
That's straight, you know, balls to the wall. That is just Viking stuff. The way this man cooks, it's like a Viking. It's not, you don't see it in the kitchen. But this is somebody who said he gonna teach all these women on this app how to keep their man and how to keep their man pleased and happy.
How you going to teach the same black women you jealous of how to keep a man? You can't even keep yours when you in there hating and jealous of black women screaming at the camera. Charles in the back room talking to other girls on live.
Living his best life in his game room.
He calling them pound cake.
Yes, in his game room calling a whole nother woman pound cake. He ain't never called Joe Netta pound cake. I ain't never heard him say, "Come here, my beautiful wife. Come here, pound cake." He ain't never called Joe pound cake face like he called that beautiful black woman that he called on that live.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You can't blame Charles. I mean, I understand that, you know. And see, what y'all gotta understand is Charles is starting to sober up. He ain't drinking like he used to. And that's why y'all see a shift in that energy with them. And you see how just staged it is. Joe try to force affection on this man. Why don't you let this man come up and be affectionate with you? Why is it that you was yelling and screaming at a screen out here bashing my friend, my sister, because your man put her in his box and was having conversations on and off the app, Joe?
Still be coming over to my page trying to get them videos taken down. I just ain't say nothing, but been trying to come over and report, those videos that I had shared during my live. Like, you sit on live and you'll be like, oh, can't nobody take Charles? Can't nobody do this? Can't nobody do that? Honey, he almost out the door. That's where it's gonna hit him. I'm telling you, all this malicious stuff Joe been saying and doing, that's where it's gonna hit him when Charles really wake up and leave.
Right. And here's the thing. Here is the thing. People who get in here like this person here that said Netta ain't thinking about you, but you pressed about him. Let me tell you something, T, she, D, whatever your name is. You clearly don't watch him. He just had me in his mouth with my husband just the other day, not 2 days ago. I can do what I want to do on my platform, okay? You don't have to be in here. Why are you in here? That's the question. Why are you in here? Go ahead, Miss Mia.
Honey, that's probably Netta. But anyway, yeah, that's where it's gonna hit them though. Like, we think it's gonna be the numbers and the money. No, it's gonna hit them when Charles wake up. But I seen screenshots where he was, in communication with other women, already talking to other women on the back end and stuff like that. Because that man, he wants a woman. He wants to be with a feminine woman. And even if Joe tried, Joe could never be a woman. There's nothing feminine. There's nothing soft. It's like you said, a big silverback. Who want to be with a big silverback?
You can't. This is one thing about it. You can't make no man be attracted to you. You can't make nobody be with you if they don't want to be with you. You can't. You cannot do it. And then we all know that Joe get unhinged. We all know that he's insecure. He shows it. If this man can't sit in that trailer where Joe is in Battle Women on Live, and he's so bothered about Charles bonding and talking to women on TikTok, battling, getting money in that house because they both don't have jobs where they clock in. And we know that Joe Netta and Charles both admitted to felonies on this app. It's on my pinned page. For those of you that want to verify what I just said, it's on one of my pinned videos. Joe Netta is admitting that he and Charles was paying to get fake doctor's notes to provide to Charles' employer. And then Charles' employer did an investigation and fired his behind for providing fraudulent documents in 2024. This is what these two men were doing.
Can I add something in real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
I know that there's a manipulation situation, and I've said this before. Your audience may not have heard what I said. There's definitely some manipulation, because when Charles inboxed me, Charles told me after I did that live with you and gave that night, Charles had inboxed me and was like, oh, you talk to them people that don't like us. So that's when I was telling Charles on the phone. I was telling him, I was like, let me tell you something, Charles. I said, they don't dislike you. And I'm here to clear the air. I said, I don't know what Joe is telling you. They don't dislike you. They dislike Joe. Nobody has a problem with you. I said, but Joe is trying to manipulate you and make you think that people have a problem with you. It's not you. So you can tell there's a lot of control and manipulation and like narcissistic there. Because he really believes like, people on here that dislike Joe dislike him too. So that's when I knew. And then he was trying to tell him,
And every
go ahead.
and you said it. Everybody know Charles cool. Why do you think Charles ain't in my lawsuit? Charles is cool. It's Joe Cosby. It's Joe Cosby. Charles is cool. We all can agree that Charles is cool. I don't dislike Charles.
Well, Joe got him thinking that, y'all dislike him too, trying to, because I don't really know how to explain it, but that's how I know that Joe be sitting, in our lives because the things that Charles had told me. And I'm like, okay, so I know Joe be sitting in the live, but I'm trying to explain to him like, you a grown
Y'all
man.
tap the screen. Go on, keep going. Tap the screen, guys. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
trying to
sweetie.
tell him, think for yourself. But you have to also understand, people said that Joe knew Charles since he was underage. So
Well,
have you been?
Booker, but we know, don't lose your spot, your train of
Okay.
thought. But we know Booker Joe Cosby. It's a lot more people are revealing about how long and how they really met. But ain't nobody fooled by Booker Joe Cosby. Go on, sweetie.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, have you been like grooming him, since he was underage? And I don't know the specifics, and I'm just saying like my experience of like reading situations about grooming. But people in those type of situations, they want like underage people to trust them. So they start doing little stuff for them, pretending like they're their friend because you're a lot older than this man. This man was underage and you were grown. So it's like Charles trusts Joe, but I think he's starting to, really wake up. And he also, shared with me that, Joe do be starting stuff and do be getting people pages taken down and being when me and him had a conversation. That's why on the recordings, y'all heard him going off when Joe came over there trying to bother my page. That's why he went off. But he knows because he told me he do be going. Joe do go too far.
And everybody knows it. And I would love if I would have had my other phone close to me. I would have played, but I would like to figure out a day to recap them that conversation that you captured on Joe Netta and Charles. I would love to have a recap of that. If you got time Sunday to do that, I would love to recap that, whether we on YouTube and see you do a recap, because it needs to stay in the forefront of and people, I don't want people to remember to forget about what this man has done and what he does on this app.
Charles is 35. Joe's 40. Is Joe really 47?
I don't know how old this man is. It's one person says something, somebody says another age. They lie about my age. They've told me I'm 52. I'm not 52. And I'm older. I'm actually older than Joe Cosby. And I look half his age. So that's the thing. And they love to talk about I've gained some weight. Yes, I have, but I've lost a lot of weight that y'all didn't know. Yes, I blew up. That's what you do when you sit on your ass and you eating all day and you making real fried chicken. You making real homemade macaroni and cheese and potato smothered in onion and all of that good stuff. No sugar on your chicken. No sugar on my smothered pork chops. This is the thing. Mia, I won't even put onions and bell peppers in my food no more. And I love them, and I don't even cook with them every day. But this man has traumatized me and the rest of social media when it comes to bell peppers and onions.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I
I'm
agree.
I'm I'm gonna try to see if I can go, because you know they say I ain't got no money. So if I ain't got no money, then that means I qualify for food stamps. So I'm gonna, when my food stamps hit, I'm gonna go buy up all the bell peppers and onions and bring them home and go live and let y'all see what 5 or 6 cases of onions and bell peppers look like, and then that'll give y'all a good idea of what Joe got down there in that shed in Alabama.
I need in that trailer, but yeah, I just feel like it's a lot of manipulation, and I'm not saying like Charles is 100% a victim, but I do feel kind of sorry for him because he had he was proud of that job he had, y'all. He was proud of that job. And he never wanted to do this social media stuff. He never wanted to do none of that. That man was content, and I'm speaking off the conversation me and him had. He was content at his job. He loved that job. And you got to think about it. They live in a small town, so where is he going to go to get another job like that? He would probably have to go to the next town over or something like that, just depending on it. But he never wanted to do all of this. This was Joe's doing. Joe has a problem within himself that he wants to be the spotlight, because see, Joe was
And
never nobody. Joe was never, what I mean, not confident. Self-esteem always been low, but the social media fame ain't going to do it for you. You got to do the internal work on yourself. But that was all I wanted to say.
yeah, and let me say this though, before you go, that I don't know. Somebody asked, what is he putting sugar? He was putting sugar in a macaroni and cheese dish. Now y'all go figure that out for me. Y'all tap the screen. We should be at 30K. Y'all got to tap. Let me tell you this. See, Charles is now completely dependent upon Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And we know in your recording that you captured, I remember this, and you correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Joe told Charles he could pack his clothes and leave. Did I not hear that in
Yes,
your
he did.
video?
And I said, why are you trying to put Charles out? Y'all didn't hear me because I don't know how to screen record that good. I just learned how to do it. But I said that. I responded. Why you trying to put Charles out now? Y'all don't know what I go through. Wait till the Zeus interview come out. Y'all gonna see what I go through. But when y'all hear those recordings on my page, that's the real Joe. That's the real Joe. That's not the Joe that be on her acting a fool and looking a fool. Them recordings was the real deal. That was behind the scenes.
Goodbye, King. Come on back on another fake page. Go on, Mia.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. That that was the real Joe right there. Not all that fronting like, oh, me and Charles so happy, cause Charles don't look happy. I'm just being honest. I'm being real. Charles don't look happy one bit. I told you he looked like a prisoner, and Joe is the warden.
And here's the thing. I don't know if I seen this on one of Miss Dutch's live, but I don't know if she was talking about, there was somebody who was in her live or on her live, if my memory is correctly, and they were talking about mental health and sugar and craving. People that have certain mental health issues crave a bunch of sugar. But I don't know how you putting sugar in lasagna. I don't know how you putting sugar in taco meat and pizza. I don't understand how you putting sugar on fried chicken and fried pork chops. I'm actually making chicken. I was gonna make chicken today, but I didn't. I'm gonna make it tomorrow. But it's tell me how it's okay.
Mm.
I mean, what other spells is this man out here casting? Because what other conclusion could you come to? People always in my inbox talking about he doing voodoo on Charles and he doing this and who that. I don't know. I don't believe in it, but if it's possible, it ain't out of the realm of possibility. It ain't out of the realm of possibility. And let me be crystal clear one last time. And this woman in this box right now can tell she's never going to lie for me, gaslight me, or nothing. She can tell y'all I'm so unbothered when it come to y'all talking about my husband because our reality is something completely different than what these haters are out here pushing. Am I right, Mia?
Yeah. So unbothered.
And that's the thing. I am so unbothered, and it tickles me that this started because this man got on this internet disrespecting Mia, and it went viral. See, y'all asked me, where does this start from, Hillary? How did this happen? It boiled over with Miss Mia. When he did what he did and said what he said, being a grown ass man, and talked to this woman like this because his man was talking to her and he don't love himself and he's not comfortable with Charles talking to a real woman. He's not secure within his skin.
That's exactly what it is. And then when Joe found out Charles was a fan of mine, because I've been on social media for a very long time, that really made Joe mad. Because Joe, first of all, I made it very clear, I don't want Charles. You think every woman that talked to Charles want him was Joe. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you have proved that you are very insecure with yourself. You know, your face is scary to look. Very insecure and threatened by any woman that Charles have a conversation with.
But
So
you got this
Charles gonna
peanut
leave.
brittle. Right, but you got this peanut brittle faced man sitting up here talking about women wishing that their kids wake up dead and that their mamas have stillborns. This is what this peanut brittle skinned man had to say about women.
I'll never had no respect for Joe, and I'm just being honest. The way that Joe spoke to me, it was it was it was like a demon speaking to me that day, and I'm just like, what? Like, why are you talking to me? You don't even know me. But people that hate themselves and hate you, they don't gotta know you. Just looked at me, you know what I mean? Seeing we was over there, having a good conversation, and you thought I was going to take your husband. I don't want your husband, but I know your husband don't want you either. Clock
And
that.
and say that again. And
Clock
neither
that.
clock that T.
I don't want your husband, but your husband don't even want you. Clock that part.
And let me tell you in my friend Mary's voice. He didn't even ask him for his sorry peanut brittle hand in marriage. Look at how that risk is popped down, just like a silverback that be walking around, standing around. Go look at a silverback video movie, and y'all see how them gorillas and silverbacks be running through that forest and in that zoo when they go to get food, how their hands be doing.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Miss Hillary. Hey, Mia.
Hi.
Hey, before you get talking, I'm gonna go. Thank you, Miss Hillary, for letting me up.
Thank you, honey.
Thank
Call me
you.
after the live. Call me after
Okay.
my live. Okay, love you. Hello, Miss Duchess. Go on. Come off mute,
Well,
girl.
I was just going with you said. He looked like something off of Planet of the Apes. That's what he looked like. He looked like he belonged in that movie. He belonged in that movie. So today was a catastrophe. You know, when you get a chemical peel, you're not supposed to be in water. And it looked like they put some dish soap in there with all them bubbles. So this hot tub ain't gonna bubble like that.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the true thing. The day and time that Joe Netta eyes can agree with each other is the day and time I'm getting off this app. The day and time that he can go live and his eyes are locked in, looking straight at y'all, at TikTok viewers, and can stay in place without doing the Charleston Chew, the electric slide, and doing backdrops during the whole live. I'm going off this app.
Well, you're gonna be here for a while, because that ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like, he's just so cringe. And then, like, I'm gonna go off of how y'all was talking about Charles and be on his live. That man will literally today was peeking his head and staring at Charles's live, making sure he ain't talking to nobody. Like, that man can't even make his own money without that man hovering over him. Like, let this man breathe. Let this man breathe. You not what he wants. Charles is about to check out. I'm telling you right now. Charles is on his way out of there.
Well, what I know is this. This is what I like to just speak on facts, and you do too. But this is what I know. It's getting ready to get cold. So if Charles was smart, Charles would go on and make his move while it's still hot. And I would dial 211 if I was Charles and go to the nearest center to try to help you. It's okay if you go to a men's shelter, wherever you got to go, but at least you gonna be in a safe place. And then you can try to get your job back and tell them what happened and be honest with these folks and go and try to see if you can get on somewhere else. But you gotta move before it get too cold, because then you're gonna be stuck for the winter.
But like you said, he has a fan base, and we don't dislike Charles. Now, he's not all innocent or whatever, but we really don't have a problem with Charles. If Charles got on his live and one person in his live sent him $1, he can get him an Airbnb. That man could probably get him an apartment. You know, it's just blink twice if you need help. We'll help you. Blink 2 times in your videos and we'll help you.
Well, this is what I must say. I am not jealous, because y'all messaging me, you're so jealous of Netta. You want her viewers, you want this, you want that. Why are you on social media? Why are you so obsessed with Joe and this and that? Let me make a clear distinction between Joe and me. When I go out in public, whether I have makeup or don't have makeup, nobody is doing double and triple checks trying to figure out what I am and where is the local police department or animal control. See, when I go somewhere in a hospital or in a hotel, the kids are not screaming for their parents trying to figure out what is coming their way. That's 7'5" with 7'5" with them glass slippers twisted to the side and that dress cut up the back, tied together with shoestrings. I don't want to be known on this app for being one of the ugliest mother effers on this side of creation. I don't want to be known for being followed because I look like the back of somebody's truck that's got rubber in it and everything else. So let's be clear. There is absolutely nothing that I'm jealous about with this man. Not nothing.
And I
Thank you
hate
for
that
the gift.
when they say that we're jealous, we're upset. No, we're not, because we're not jealous of eating sugar broccoli, sugar hamburgers, sugar everything, old grease, vinegar. We're not jealous of that. I'm perfectly fine with not eating that. I don't want to be known on the internet of making diabolical food on this app,
Now,
acting
but
like.
let me clear something up for my viewers because I misspoke a second. Let me clear something up. I am jealous. Let me tell you what I'm jealous about. I'm jealous that I can't go live and hold 3 different live streams on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube and stand in one place and address all my audience at once. I am jealous of that because that's talent. That takes pure talent to be able to stand in one place and host 3 lives and everybody in each live think you talking to them. You ain't got to move your head stay in one place, and the eyes do everything. The eyes do it all. That is something I wish that I could accomplish. Hello, Miss Monique. Welcome in, sweetie.
I'm jealous too. I want to be able to look at 3 things at once. That'll help me out a whole lot.
Hi, Miss Hillary. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm tired. But I don't think you're jealous, and I don't understand why he thinks people are jealous of him. One, if we wanted to go get a chemical peel and mess up our faces even more, we could do that. 1. 2, he's not supposed to be outside with a chemical peel. You're not supposed to expose your skin to the sunlight. And when he took that mask off, all it did was peel the skin off, like the bumps, and he has raw meat on his face. All that's open, sores and all that. He's going to get an infection sitting in that hot tub.
Well, we know that they don't read instructions on anything. We know that they don't follow instructions, and so it's nothing. It's just like, I made it very clear. Peanut brittle. You know what peanut brittle looked like? If not, go on YouTube and say, how is peanut brittle made? Watch the procedure. Then y'all put 2 and 2. You image the 2 together and you got everything that you need to know right there on screen.
He's just a hot mess. I really don't even, I'm jealous that you still on this internet. That's what I'm jealous about. I mean,
and again, but remember, I don't want to ever say anybody care about him and I don't care. He can be on this internet all he wants to be. He can be viral every day, 7 days a week. As far as Miss Hillary's concerned in the Miss Hillary Sanchez show, when he talks about women being unalived and dead and their kids dead and having stillborns and wishing upon them and thinking it's okay. This man has been gaslit and manipulated to think that what he said about a woman is okay. But why don't this man have that energy for me? Why does he have to have his other people get together to come for me? Why can't he come for Miss Hillary on his own? Could it be perhaps that he met his match and that he can't handle Hurricane Hillary? Could it be that why he running back, acting like he don't do this and do that, throwing bricks and hiding his hand? Is that the reason why he got this chain around his neck? That God forbid water to hit around it and that neck gonna turn green. You not even who you say you are. I don't know who you are, but what I can tell you, and I'm going based off of this picture that you got up here at my backdrop. Stop calling people bald headed when you holding on to them last 12 dreads for the rest of your life. Please stop that. You walking around looking like the Joker. You walking around looking like Penguin from the next episode of Batman, and don't try it. Please. For the life of me, please. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me, and I'm sick and tired of it. And the main thing that you need to understand, Joe, is you wash your face with soap and water. Take the time to do things the right way. And then maybe you'll have a different result. Stop cooking in oil every day. You bathing in oil, old chicken grease, fish grease, all that grease. Try to go without cooking with grease and see if that probably could help you. Go down to your local Home Depot and rent one of them sandblasters so Charles can sandblast your face instead of getting tattoos on his arm. Let them try different things since you going through all these projects. Try sandpaper, try barbed wire, try anything other than what you've been doing to see if you get a result that you may like. Those are the things that you need to figure out instead of you having my husband's name come out of your bumpy mouth.
What I don't understand is how he has not been banned from TikTok yet.
And again, I don't care about that. Y'all, it's not anything about y'all. My lives will never be clipped up talking about people on the panel is talking about him being clipped and him this. No, that's not my job. I don't care about that. What I care about him addressing black women in a rude way. I could care less. He could be on here getting 1 million views a day. My problem is what I said. Him addressing black women, talking about them being poor and in poverty and wishing that they be unalive and have stillborns. That is what I care about. I don't care about what TikTok doing to him and not doing, because I don't want the scenario to be painted that I'm on live asking people to cancel him. And I've never done that, and I never will. But that could be y'all opinion and y'all opinion. But if that's what you say, I would just ask y'all to say, in my opinion, I hope that they clip him. But that's not my view or my show's view, but that could be your view. But I don't want them clipping up nothing saying that I was on live telling TikTok to clip him. I don't want that narrative put out there, and that's why I have to stop it and correct it right away, because if I don't, that's what they gonna do.
I just don't like the fact that he calling women, saying that we're bald headed and we're ugly and this and that and the third, and you look like a whole damn orangutan. You can't disrespect women like that, looking like that. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't. I have never heard him say anything positive about a black woman. Like, oh, this lady that did my face, she was very beautiful and sweet.
You guys need to go on mute. Y'all need to go on mute when you come in. Go on mute, please. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Short duration, 516 area.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Go on, y'all. Go on, Duchess.
But I mean, it's just every live, you know, you like you said, you got them 7 dreads hanging off your head with a horrible bleach job, and you want to sit there and say that, oh, we're ugly, we're poor, we still don't got no man, this and that. You don't. It's like you don't learn. You don't learn at all. If we're saying the stuff coming out of your mouth, and you still, I mean, I just don't understand it. You have no right to call nobody ugly at all. Point blank, period. You can't call nobody bald-headed, none of that.
Now, let me say this. Somebody asked the question, who would buy his cookbook? Let me tell y'all something. I've told y'all this before. Y'all tap the screen. We should be at 40K likes. Y'all tap the screen or I'm going off my show. Now, let me tell y'all something. This man could do a cookbook for prisoners, not for nobody in society. He could probably make a cookbook for people in prison and federal prisons and jails that can cook things in the microwave, because that's how he do it. Just doing all kind of crazy nonsense stuff, coming up with all these recipes. But I told the people in the state of Alabama, if they choose to do something as far as deterring crime and lowering the recidivism rate down in prisons, let Joe Netta go in there and cook for a month. Let him be in charge of the food, putting out the food in these jails and prisons for a month. And I guarantee you, if them people don't starve to death or be up under 6 feet under after they get done ingesting this man's food, then I don't know what can deter crime. You put him in the kitchen as the kitchen manager and let him start telling everybody what to cook and how to cook it. The crime rate is going down in the state of Alabama. Now, before I say anything, I want to have Miss Monica unmute. I want to welcome her to the show, first of all, but I don't want her to think that I was being rude to her. Monique, my apologies for saying your name wrong, Miss Monique, but I just got to be, I got to correct it right away because they'll clip it up and everything else. You know how TikTok is. But if you want to unmute, go ahead and finish what you were saying, please.
No, what I was trying to say, maybe I said it wrong, and I accept what you said. My thing is he's always degrading black women. Then you're making unalive threats about children. Why hasn't TikTok, like other social medias, stopped him from being on here? He's not anybody. At the end of the day, he always got something negative to say, but I never heard him say anything negative about a white lady. You never wished white people, kids would be unalive, or you never said all the stuff that you say about black women, you don't say that about white women. He is not a white woman. He is not a woman. He is a man.
You gotta say Caucasian. You gotta say Caucasian women, or they gonna get you.
Excuse me, sorry, Caucasian women.
Yeah, but you gotta say Caucasian.
It's just he always keep nitpicking. Even if nobody say nothing, he want to nitpick. What he need to do is go to the doctor, to the dentist, and ask why his tongue is that white. Why you put that much sugar in your food? Like I said, I put it down in your comments. Chinese people put a teaspoon of sugar when they marinate their chicken. All that sugar that man poured in there, I'm surprised Charles ain't got diabetes.
He probably do. Have you noticed he done got bigger? He done got bigger with them Build-A-Bear abs. Now, he shouldn't have did that to his body. But he done got bigger. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who in their right mind would buy their seasonings or their liquor or their tea. I mean, if you want to be hypnotized or voodooed or something, it's like, it's no, sorry. Then you talk about you're going to go on a cooking show with a celebrity? No. No. That... No.
Sorry to cut you off, but I keep saying this. I would love for him to go on a cooking show with Gordon Ramsay so bad, so Gordon Ramsay can eat him up.
They wouldn't even let him in there. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Welcome in the Spicy. Go ahead and unmute. The Turtle. Go ahead and unmute Ms. Williams. So let me say this. I want to say thank y'all for coming in. I'm gonna start my late edition show here. It's getting late, so I gotta get it going. Let me thank y'all for coming up. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I want to say a shout out to Mia, my sister, my girl. Thank you for coming up. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Duchess. Thank you, Miss Johnson. I appreciate y'all for coming up and having the discussion. You're welcome to come back to the late edition show on my other page, Queen of Queens 1, and we can go over there and have a real great discussion where the rules are a lot more relaxed because this page is monetized. So thank y'all so much. Thank you for the taps. Thank you again so for everybody who tapped the screen. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I tried to request your other page, and it's only giving me 2 of your pages.
I know the issue. I'll fix it. Somebody brought that to my attention. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you guys for everything. For your support and listening. And again, I want to say this. Miss Hillary Sanchez is so unbothered. There's people in this room right now who is punching the screen because I'm that unbothered. God bless. Keep a smile on y'all face.